Right, good afternoon everybody. It is Monday 15th. The heat is killing us here. We're up in 31s, 32s, which for where I live is very, very hardly heard of. But I thought I'd make a video. Whether this gets put online, I don't know. Depends on the outcome. But where did I get the idea from? I've actually just been watching Misty's video, and she mentioned some fabric paper she'd made, which stirred my memory as having heard about that before from some friends of mine. And it set me about looking at the videos on YouTube, and I thought, oh, I want to have a play at that. It is messy and just in my just right for me. So I am going to try and make some fabric paper. First of all, the lady I watched set down glad wrap on her table. So this is what I'm doing now. This doesn't stay on the fabric. Let's do that. Now my scissors are all caught up. There we go. Some along there. Oh, come on, be straight. Let me move back a bit to cut this off here. Right, that's all I need the glad wrap for, I think. What I'm going to be aiming for is to make a cover for a journal. So I don't want it too big. But if I do enjoy doing it, oh, you never know where it might go, do you? Because it looks like fun. Oh, it's so hot here. We are not used to it. Down here in Invercargill, just not used to it at all. Not this hot. When I lived in central Otago, which is 2.5 hours away, I was used to it. But not here. Right. Now first of all, I have got a piece of muslin here, which has a hole in it, but it doesn't matter. And that's going to go there. I have some Mod Podge, homemade Mod Podge. If I give that a stir, there'd be a bit of glitter in it, but I don't really want glitter in it. And then I've got this book here, Life on the Home Front it's called, and I thought I bought it to rip up. I find it very hard to rip a book up, but I thought I might try and find a picture in here that will fit the type of journal. Look at that. Sandbagging. Oh, I was born right at the end of the war, so I don't remember any of this. mobiles, and I probably should have got my image sorted out, but I don't want it to particularly be war. I just want an old picture. Do that on there. Just want an old picture. No. Come on, Brian, find one. USA, something about USA. Hollywood at war. All the old faces in there, gosh. All the old faces. Maybe should have done this beforehand. How about that? That doesn't look like war because I don't particularly want war depicted. So, right, I've started doing it in this book now, haven't I? So, look at the old people. Old ephemera in here. Quite a cool book, really. Right. Now then, what I saw was, I saw this done, so it sits on there. Right, I'm thinking of, as I say, a journal. So I want the picture that I'm not going to cover up out here. This is the hard part, I think. Starting this off here. Right, come on, I'll have you along that way a bit. Hello. And we will just place you there. Right. We're on the move. That's it. The person who I saw do this, she says just use ordinary, cheap, handmade Mod Podge, which is what I'm doing. Here we go. Oh, there's some glitter in there, I can see it, but that doesn't matter. I'll wet in this until it's... And then it's just a matter of having fun with your, or what you want to go on it. I've got the serviettes here. I'm going to be putting some laces on. You keep that, don't you? You keep your old tissue, don't throw nothing. Oh, come on. It's the hardest one I've had for getting off the paper. There we go. Find a nice little rose here. Right, not enough covered that up too much. Up there. Right. Well, I've been dying to have a go at this with the serviettes. And away we go. Oh, that won't matter because I'll put something else on there. Oh, very thin serviettes. But texture, I'll add in texture. Oh, come on. Maybe I should have put a little bit stronger under there. Plonk it on. Even that can stay on there. That is texture. Get down. Maybe I should have put more on the... That's what I should be doing. Putting it on here, isn't it? Yes, go. Yes, yes, yes. I think I should have put a bit bigger glad wrap on. That's what I should have done before I put that on. Let's take that off. We'll put it back on in a minute. There's texture. That's better. Now it's going to stay. Get the tissue again. And another big rose. Plenty of glue this time. Silly me. This is what she did do. She went all over this like this. See, I wasn't listening, was I, when I was watching the lady? Now I'm listening. Too much muslin, I thought I would have, but it's best to have too much and not enough to start. This is fun. I got plenty more Mod Podge if I end up not with not enough. How's everybody doing? I hope you're doing okay. I say it's very hot here. Don't really feel like doing anything. Actually, just sitting still is the best thing. But doesn't look like I'm going to be doing that today. But I've just been sitting watching videos. I say I saw Misty mention the fabric paper, and I thought, yep, I want to do something. I'm fed up of just sitting and not doing anything constructive. Well, I've started another journal. You never know, this might go on the front of it yet. Don't know. Oop. Yes, you use a very old brush or a very cheap one. This is one you would get them at the dollar store, we get them at the $2 store. Nice and readily available, nice and cheap. I'll come down a bit here. I can't paint for the life of me, but I like playing with paintbrushes. So this is one way I've been able to play with the paintbrush. I ain't very good at most things. I just dab and play. I wanted a bit over that more, but never mind. Looks like we've... Let's see if I can pull it a bit, stretch it. Good fun. I've been watching some brilliant videos. There are so many talented people out there. Oh. And you don't have... I've been watching the ones where you don't have to be rich. It's all done with what we can find, what we've got lying around. And some beautiful works coming out. And this is what I'm trying to do. Not the beautiful work, but using what I've got, because when you're on a limited budget, you just use what you've got. And I've got the stuff here. I've got plenty of muslin. I could do plenty of this paper. Because I've managed to collect quite a bit of muslin, which is good. And so this is the way to go. One thing somebody said to me the other day, how many cards you made lately? And I had to admit, none. I've been too busy playing at other things, trying to make journals. I watch dear Elizabeth Brewer. I'm sure a lot of you know her, and I said it before, I'll say it again. I love that lady. She is such a breath of fresh air. I look forward every day to her videos coming out, and this is why I haven't done any cards lately, because I've been watching her with the her journals and things. And she's so talented. She starts off and you think, oh, what on earth's that going to be? And before too long, you soon know. She's a lovely lady, Elizabeth Brewer, on YouTube. If you haven't been and watched her yet, I tell you, it's not just for the crafting. She is such a lovely, sweet lady. She calls herself a sweet old lady. Well, I'm older than her. She's 68. She won't mind me telling you, because she tells you herself. And she is such a lovely lady to watch, and talented too. She can keep the conversation going a darn sight better than I can. I wished I had her, as they say it, gift of the gab, meant in a loving term. Right. I think now we should be able to get something onto this without losing it, shouldn't we? What have I done with that? Oh, here it is. Take that big lump off. There we go. Let's put a rose. Now then, Rose. Stay there, Rose. Good girl. shows, if you do it properly, how it works properly. Woohoo. I've got quite a few what do we call it? Napkins here. Do quite a few different bits on it. Oh, nice. What we got with this one? Oh, I know what we put on the back. We all love the peacock one, don't we? And I've got one. I've got a peacock. There must be another layer there. Sure is. Another layer. I realise it isn't his full tail, but never mind. I'll still put him on. More glue there. Look at that, look at that, look at that. Oh, isn't it beautiful? I love the old peacock. We tried to hatch a peacock hen once. We had some hens and they were sitting. And my son had a friend who they had peacocks. So we went and got her. This hen was broody. She hadn't laid any eggs. She was just broody. And my son got this egg from his friend. And we put it under her. Oh, and it was going well, and we could tell that there was something in there, and really enjoying it, watching. And then this dear hen decides, I've had enough sitting here, and gets off it. And she wouldn't go back on it, and it hadn't hatched yet. And we took it in and we put it in the superheater cupboard, which I don't know what you call it. I mean, where your heater is for your hot water. It's like a cupboard, and they're kept warm. And we put it in there and left it in a few days. Well, it was way past its hatch date, and it didn't hatch. So we got the egg, and we actually ended up opening it, and it had fully formed. It even got its feathers. All it hadn't done was survived. It was dead. I mean, we could have put it where we put it in the heater. You don't know, it might not have been the right temperature. We might have killed it that way. But it was a shame, because we'd have had a peacock if it had survived. Not that neighbours would like that. You know how they squawk and go. They sure do. This is fun, this is fun. And so we had hens and butterfly. My son, he loved the hens, and we named them all. There was Florence, Daisy and Gertrude. Nice old names. And they were free range. We clipped their wings so they couldn't go too far, though where we lived it was just out of town, but did manage to get into some of the neighbours' yards. But one time got collected by a dog, but it didn't kill it. It ran under the house, and it was my son's favourite hen, and her name was Gertrude, and we were quite sad and thought, oh well, if she's gone, she's gone, poor babe. Well, she was gone for about 10 days, and then one day I looked out the back door, and there she was, huddled up at the back door with her tail or whatever between her legs. The trouble was, she had lost all her tail feathers. You could see the parson's nose quite clearly. And yeah, she was.
You know, when the kids are up to something, when they're too quiet.
That knocked back. Anyway, and she'd lost all the feathers off her belly. The dog had obviously got a hold of her, but luckily for her, when the lady come and told us her dog had got hold of it, she did say, I don't know how it's going to be, because our dog is actually a gun dog, which means it has to have a gentle mouth when it's picking anything up that the owner has shot when they're out hunting. And so obviously it just got it in its mouth, got Gert in its mouth. Well, we put her in the pen to say she made a full recovery, which was great. And yes, she made a full recovery. Florence didn't make such a full recovery when it was her chance for a dog to get hold of her. Florence didn't make it. Florence was a pure white hen. She didn't have a coloured feather on her. She was just white. And when we came home, all we found was a scattering of feathers around the yard. So that was Florence's fate. Daisy, I think she just, can't remember what happened to Daisy. I think she just died. But what we had left when we did move from the house was a friend of my ex who lived out in the country took on them. Oh, we also had Rupert who came along. Rupert was a rooster. And that was one of the eggs that my lot hatched, because when we went broody once, we did get some fertile eggs and let them hatch some eggs. And those eggs, we used to have to go looking for the eggs sometimes, because as I say, they were free range. Most of the time they'd go back to the hutch, pen, whatever, and lay their eggs. Every now and again we start and say, oh, where's all the eggs? And we'd have to go in search. One time we found a whole clutch under the house. There was a dozen eggs in there. And of course, we don't know how long they'd been there, so we tested them and put them in the water to see if they floated. And those that did, we kept. Those that didn't, we got rid of. Here we go, here's another one. These serviettes, I've been looking and looking at them in the town, and they were ever so expensive. And then just before Christmas, all these came in. $2 at the $2 store. That was those, and those. There were Christmas ones too, but I don't want to put Christmas on here. So I was quite pleased to find some at a reasonable price. Trouble is they don't want to open. Let's put a scissor in there. So I've got a box full of serviettes over there. I had none at one time. Now I've got plenty. Oh look, that's what I liked about these. I like the boots on there. They were cute. So it's here, that's all we need to do. Let's get my boots. These boots were made for walking. No, I hadn't better sing, how do I? Here we go. This is going to be interesting on how this works out. Now the Mod Podge out. Get some more up. That's what I do, is I make my podge up, put some in the container, and then oops. Black. Starting to use some bits up there. Fill the holes. Yeah, I like it in there better. It's better in there. I've got to leave this to dry, and I have a cat who thinks it's okay to come and walk across my table. He's going to get a sticky shock, isn't he, if he comes walking across this. And I'll tell you what he comes walking across for. My jug of water there, he thinks I'll put it there for him to drink. And if I don't go and empty the water out when I finish, which some nights I've forgotten and haven't done, he thinks I've left it there for him to come up and have a drink of water. He's got a great big, they've got a great big 2-litre bowl in the kitchen, which is enough for them to have water. There's no lack of water at all. Oh, what's that? To fly on me? Get off. I don't want that. Where's he come from? Funny little fly. Whoops, don't want to cover the lady's face. We'll push that up a bit like that. That'll do. Cool, I'm getting real sticky. Real sticky. Right, I've got to fill in gaps here and there now. gaps filled. When you start these things, you start off with what's it, and you end up covering exactly up what you've started, don't you? That's what I found. Let's have some of this colour here. That bit. Butterfly. There. Obviously not covering up enough with all these gaps. Cool fun. Maybe I should have got more of my serviettes out. Like that. Oh, there's another hole. Right. Another hole. Have a bit of you on here, peacock. If I'm boarding you, just skim through and see what the outcome is if I put this up. Oops, I've made a hole there. Got some of this here. Not worth worrying about. Put a fly it, which I've ripped. I watch people doing the ripping and they do such a good job of it. When I rip, I always go through what I want. Ooh, lovely. Get off. Let's put a butterfly there. There. There we go, that's better. And more butterflies. Roses. Need some more down that side. A bit of red up there. this is what I want to have a go at next. I was wondering, that there, glue in there. Oh, just a bit. Let's go there, that. Come on, like so. That's it. You stick. Come down here. Off you go. Oh. Like, as if there's glue gun on me and there's not. Right. You, I need to go like so. Thank you. And stick down. And then and you to go there like that. Thank you. Scissors. These will do it cut right because I've actually broken these scissors. Broken the handle. Right. That's what I want. Yay. There's that. Plenty of glue around there. Right. Now then. What I got? Some bits of lace here. It's not white, but that's okay. But it's lace that I tea dyed. Might have been coffee, I don't know. One or the other I did. Let's put some arthritis on the hands when your scissors are heavy. Oh, cat hair, look at that. That's the last thing I need. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. Different. Where's my... I should have thought this out a bit better. There's other things I wanted to put in there. I don't think there's enough of those to go all the way around. No. Could you just excuse me 1 moment? Can't get to anything here without moving. I'm coming. Whenever I do a job, it always ends up with everything out. I'm looking for something that How about this is trial and error, it might end up having to be pulled off. Can you see where I am? Yes. I'm thinking gluing that there. So, some fresh glue here. Oh, we'll end up missing more Mod Podge if I go much further. There we go. Oh, that's it, fall off. Fall off, so much I care. Let's get more going, then it will stay. There we go. You up there. That's it. Fingers and thumbs, fingers and thumbs. Doesn't it always happen when you're trying to do it on video? I'm definitely going to have to do some more, aren't I? Okay, that wouldn't take 5 minutes either. I wish I knew how to pause my video. I don't, because then I could pause, make more Mod Podge, and continue like in a minute. Right. How's that? Empty of it. And then it stays on. I like it. I like it. So far. What's that? That's no good, that's no good. That's no good. Oh. I'm just missing. Oh dear, I'll probably end up ditching this when I've finished it. Yeah. There's one thing is for certain, I can't do any more crafting today until this lot dries. You know me. Because it's taking up my table. Something here. Yep. So there we are. I hope I've put enough stuff on. Doesn't look like there's much there, does there? So let's remedy that. And something here. That doesn't look at all right. Oh, here's your problem, Diane. That's better. That there. Here's the problem. I don't know how long I've been going here. There we go. Anybody see any other holes? There. Take that off and that off. There's that. I wonder if I put some crinkly bits on, like this. A bit more texture. I'm not really on too light there. Do that. Messing up there, isn't it? Well, if this comes out any good, I will load it up onto the sites. A gap. There's a gap, look, just muslin. So we'll put that. So there we go. There is my first play at doing fabric paper. I'm going to turn off now because really there's not much more I can do other than I am going to mix me up some more Mod Podge, and I'm just going to end up just putting some another good coating of Mod Podge over it, and we'll see how it goes. As I say, if it works, I will put it on the put the photographs on the site. Maybe I shouldn't put the video up till I've done it, because then I could try and see if I can put pictures at the end. I'll see how I go. You'll know when you watch the video. So my friends, that's my bit of fun for this afternoon. Yeah. It's different, isn't it? Certainly different. So on this, I'm going to say bye to you all. Thank you for watching, if you did watch it, if you got all the way through it. I don't know, it looks good fun. Why not give it a try? If I've enjoyed it, if it works out, I'll be doing more, because it's cool. Hello from a hot day on the South Island of New Zealand. I'll say bye to you all. Hopefully tomorrow we're a wee bit cooler. I don't want to go cold, but it would be nice to. Do you know there's glitter in this, because one lot of Mod Podge, I think you can see it coming through now. Oh, this, yeah, I can dab it all through. Not bad actually. This Mod Podge I made, and I made a plain one and a glitter one, but then I found I like using it better out of here. And so the glitter, that's not bad, a bit of glitter in it. There we go. So my friends, thank you for watching. Please share, please like and subscribe if you do like it. And I will catch you all again soon, because I want to try and put a few more videos out, whether they be on something that I've already done or something, just trying something new. I've actually got a couple of bags here that's just been given me full of porcelain doll stuff. There's one lovely little doll in there that's more or less finished. Little Oriental doll. Look at her. Let me get rid of that. There she is. And I'm thinking of just dressing her, but dressing her a bit different. I don't know. A bit like dear wee Elizabeth Brewer, who she does the Bohemian dolls, and they look gorgeous when she's finished. Well, there's me, already got a doll built. Don't have to build the doll. So yeah, so that's what I might do with her. She's cute. The other doll that was in the packet, there is another one, a bigger one, but she's minus an arm. So, no, yes, it is an arm. So I've got to try and see if I can get another arm to fit onto her. We'll see. We'll put that in there for now, because I'm going to mimic this in again. So I'm going to say bye to you all for now. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all again soon. Bye, love you all.